Hi, everyone. This is Evan Ortlieb from the Ortlieb Foundation, and today I have a very special interview with Lily Hartmann, who is a film creator, documentary editor, etc., extraordinaire, and she worked with us to be able to create the short film for the Ortlieb documentary. So we're going to walk you through the process that she took and get to know a little bit more about her. So first off, Lily, thank you so much for joining us today.
Of course.
So could you tell us, our constituents and our donors, and et cetera, a little bit about your background and who you are as an individual?
Well, so I studied at St. John's. I studied TV film, which I've always been very passionate about. My dad's in the industry, so I grew up with it. And now I'm working in Manhattan at a post-production company. I started as an intern there, and I worked there throughout college. And it's a small company, but we're very tight, close-knit. They take care of me. They've helped me grow and learn, and they're teaching me so much. So I'm working my way up to being a producer. Right now, I'm kind of doing a lot of different things for them. I'm receptionist, client services, and I also am doing producing and doing shoots and post-production. So I'm making connections. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I just graduated this past May, and it's been very fun. It's hard, but I miss college, but it's
I
been
know
really
what you mean.
good.
Absolutely. Well, becoming a jack of all trades of sorts in the field, definitely working your way
Mhm.
up the career ladder, so to speak. So kudos to you for those things
Yeah.
post-graduation and putting yourself in that position. I wanted to learn a little bit more about the senior project that you had to do
Mhm.
in terms of what were the logistics, what were the requirements for that project overall.
Mhm. So basically, senior project is they pretty much give you free reign to just let your creativity flow and show your talents. So basically, you can either make a 10-minute short film or write a script. I'm not a huge writer. I'm not very great at writing, so I was like, I definitely would rather film.
Sure.
That's definitely more of my expertise. So I knew I wanted to do a short film. Definitely. And I was in Professor Weber's class, and there was only 3 of us in the class, so it was very small, but I got to work very closely with Professor Weber on creating the film. So
Okay.
basically, you could do a narrative, you could do a documentary, anything like that.
Okay. So transitioning then, why did you choose the Ortlieb Foundation to work with as part of this project?
Well, I definitely knew I wanted to do a documentary. When I first started the class, I didn't know what it was going to be about. I had no idea. But I really do like making documentaries. I learned that about myself freshman year. So I knew that's where I wanted to go with it. And I was thinking of doing something charity-based from the beginning, but I was trying to find, a good charity to do it for, something that I was actually really interested in and wanted to learn more about and teach people about. And then Professor Weber actually presented the Ortlieb Foundation to our class. She presented a few options, but she said the Ortlieb Foundation is trying to get the word out, trying to get people to apply, cancer survivors to get scholarships, and they just want to spread the word, get more donations, stuff like that. And so I looked more into it, and I was like, this is perfect. It's a great foundation with a great cause, and I have a storyline to go off of. Evan, your story, I can
Okay.
use that and do it for a good cause and, spread the word. So I immediately told Professor Weber, I think it was the next class. I was like, I want to do that one. I
Okay.
wanted to make sure I got it before anyone else could.
Sure. Well, we definitely appreciate that. And
Yeah.
and you were talking about a little bit about the connection, the storyline. What
Mhm.
was the overall treatment for the film, and what did you really want to accomplish in terms of the objective?
Yeah. Basically, I just wanted to tell people stories because I think that's the best way to get to the message across, to get people on board, is to see the benefits, people's actual testimonies. So I definitely wanted to interview as many people as I can. A lot of the scholarship recipients are spread out, all through America. So it was kind of hard to get a lot of people, but you definitely helped me a lot with that. So I wanted to tell people stories just so people can see for themselves how much it has helped them. And your story also was kind of the basis for the film because, you were a survivor yourself and you used that to create a foundation that helps other people. So that kind of was the basis for it. And then I got to interview, your family, their experience with it, because it is, a family-run organization. So I got to interview all of them, and I think that's just what I wanted to use to tell the story was people's firsthand involvement.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
And then as part of those interviews and that overall process, what was it like to interview some of the cancer survivors and some of our scholarship recipients and getting to know them a little bit better?
I think I have to say that was my favorite part about this whole experience was getting to meet these people and hear everyone's stories. I mean, I brought my family along too because we were traveling, to do these interviews. And I think they can say the same. I mean, meeting these people and hearing their stories, it's just makes you look at life a different way, the things that these people have been through and how much this foundation has helped them. I mean, it makes me really happy that I can even be a part of it and help spread the word because, these people have been through so much. So being able to talk to these people and meet everyone, and everyone was just so nice and so appreciative of everything, so grateful for everything that they have. And it makes me just like look at life differently, it was such a good experience for me, even though I was helping, the organization, it helped me just as much.
Yeah, I think that's sort of what service, how service can be realized by, people on different levels, whether you help the recipients directly, whether you help the organization, whether you're a donor, et cetera. We all come together towards that mission of, funding college scholarships for cancer survivors.
Yeah.
So how do you think the film came together as a whole, and how are you satisfied at the end of the day?
Well, looking at your own work, you always think, there's something I could have done here. I always notice everything, but I think seeing everyone's reaction just kind of justified it for me. And I'm very happy with the result. I mean, everyone that's seen it so far, seems to be very happy with it and very moved by it. I brought my roommate to the presentation, for the senior project, and she was crying. She was brought to tears. My mom was crying, and that's how
you might have saw a tear or two from me as well.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. That's how I know that it came out just the way I wanted it to, because that's the kind of emotion that I wanted to bring out of people.
Absolutely. I think it's a really special moment for me to see the screening held on campus at St. John's University, and I think that's the excitement that I share now in being able to screen the film to some of the local donors and constituents as part of the overall Ortlieb Foundation team, if you will. And so that's why I'm really pleased that we were able to talk today to get to know more about you, your overall process, how you put things together in this film to make such a meaningful impact to the larger community. So we really want to thank you so much for your efforts to that. And I look forward to sharing the film with many more people to come.
Great. I'm so excited.
And we'll definitely keep you posted on people's reactions too.
Oh, I can't wait. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lily, and all the best in your new career.
Thank you. You too.
All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.